Hello Cancerians, welcome back to Timsy Naked Tarot if you are a regular viewer. Today we are doing a read on what's holding you back, what's blocking you. This all stems from the fact that I'm way behind on my reads, and the reason I'm way behind on my reads is because I've been working away and I've been working at a place where, when I'm staying overnight, I've been staying at a place where has a wonderful pub, wonderful staff. I am going to do a little bit of promotion for them now. It is the Hickory Smokehouse on Racecourse Road, and I can't remember the town it's in. No, something like that. Anyway, and I've been enjoying myself. I've been socializing. I've been having some me time, and that's what's blocking me from doing my tarots for you lot. Anyway, all that being said, let's crack on with the read. From the all signs overview I done, which was the full moon in Sagittarius, which was a few days ago, you got a Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is basically talking about it is literally for you. The way it's holding you back is you're waiting for your ships to come in. A lot of tarot readers will say that about the Three of Wands. And it doesn't really necessarily mean that. It means you're on the precipice of doing something. But a lot of them say this, like you're waiting for your ships to come in. And some of the depictions on Three of Wands in various different decks shows that as well. But it is literally that. You've got things in motion, but you can't get any further because you're waiting on someone or something else to do their part. Okay? For instance, in the case of the Three of Wands and waiting for your ships to come in, you're waiting on the captains of the ships to finally get to their destinations, wherever those destinations may be. Okay? It's out of your hands. You've got to wait for someone else. Okay, so you are being blocked because, or you're being held back because of other people's actions. We have got the Chariot. The Chariot is talking about fast forward movement, so this could be coming unblocked very soon. And we have got the Ten of Wands, and it could be causing you a bit of burdens in one way or another. Financially, maybe. Maybe it's just stress, causing you stress because you're waiting for these other people or other things to do what they need to do. We got a Queen of Clubs coming out for the person somehow connected to this, and the Queen of Clubs equates to a Leo. So you're dealing with a Leo one way or another. A Leo is somehow connected with this blockage. Okay, they could be the person you're waiting on. They could be the person who delivers the news on that chariot to let you get going forward again. We will find out within this read. The way we are going to do the read is our first energy is the energy of what the block actually is. Okay, the second energy is going to be how this person is somehow connected, and the third energy is what you don't see coming. We'll get an overall energy off the bottom of the deck like always, and possibly depending on how the read goes, I may get some sort of like what's the next step from the universe. Let's ask the universe a question at the end. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's the overall energy of this read. It would not surprise me if I see that card somehow giving me an overall energy for most of these reads, because, well, what's holding you back is plans. Okay, you've made these meticulous plans. The Knight of Pentacles is like your prepping card of the tarot deck, if you will. You've prepared yourself, you've got everything you need, but you're now waiting for the next step. In the forms of prepping, as people know preppers these days, yeah, they're waiting for the doomsday to happen. They've prepped for a reason, yeah, be it a big storm, a war, a massive volcanic eruption. They've got all the stuff they need to survive these events, but now they're just waiting for the event. Okay, it's that simple. And that's where we are. You've prepped, you've made all your plans, but you're now stuck waiting for something else to happen before those plans can move on. So we got the Page of Swords coming out for the actual blockage itself. The Page of Swords is a small, insignificant energy. It could be the fact that you need to, I don't know, get some hands-on practical experience on something before you can actually tackle the next step. It could be just the disappointment of the blockage itself, the disappointment that you've done all this planning and someone else hasn't done their job to their greatest efficiency, which is slowing you down on getting where you want to be. We're using my Viking deck for the clarifiers today. Just well, mainly I feel that it's a good deck for it, basically. Okay, so we've got the Fool in reverse, we've got the Emperor in reverse as well. Well, that's the situation taken out of your hands. The Emperor is all about being in control, all about taking your life by the scruff of its neck and putting it all together and getting on with things. Is in reverse. You can't. Okay, I suppose it could be saying that there's someone else who is taking advantage of the situation. It could be a card of narcissism when the Emperor turns up in reverse. But I'm just feeling it's the fact that you can't go on anywhere because you're blocked, because things are out of your control. Okay, and the same with the Fool in reverse. You want to be taking that leap. You want to be taking the next step forward. Okay, but you can't take the next step forward because, well, something isn't there for you to take the next step forward on. In the depiction, he's about to launch himself off a cliff while you're waiting for the bridge to be built to actually step onto and walk across. Now, with the High Priestess and the Sun coming out at the end of this, it's kind of telling us, well, the chest is open, the secret's out. Yeah, you know what's causing the hold up. You know what's blocking it. At least intuitively you do. You may not actually know it for sure in the 3D. And the Sun is also telling us, well, there's happiness. There's like a victory to be had there, because like, in this particular deck, the Sun comes riding in on the chariot, and yeah, you can be moving forward soon. You just have to wait until the 3D catches up with the 5D. You kind of know in your gut why the hold up is there, why the block is there, and you just have to wait it out. Okay, but this is probably the main reason I picked up the Viking deck for it, just for this simple card here. It's the it's the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is all about new love, new romance, new things, if you will. It doesn't necessarily have to be love and romance, but it is linked emotionally, and it is some sort of new emotion. Maybe you're waiting for something to arrive to get going with your new passion or your new hobby or something like that. In that case, you're waiting on the postman, aren't you? So you're waiting for someone else. It's out of your hands again. But in this particular case, yeah, it is literally, you just have to sit and wait. I literally said you had to sit and wait, and then out comes this card. Just some guy sitting there waiting on a stone. Okay. So let's have a look at how this Leo connects in with it all. The 8 of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Now, the 8 of Swords, I would normally say it's like you can't see the woods or the forest through the trees and things like that. It's a blinkered way of thinking. You're stuck in one thought. But this is actually kind of deliberately not looking at a situation. Okay. And so in this case, this Leo is deliberately not looking at your problems. The Leo could be the person who needs to sort something out for you to carry on going. Maybe the Leo owes you money. Maybe the Leo is in charge of rubber stamping some official bit of paper for you to move on. But for some reason, the Leo is just not taking any heed to the situation. Okay, with that 8 of Swords. He's literally turned his back and he's walking away from it. The Leo wants nothing to do with this. Okay. We then have Judgment in reverse as well. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse as well. And then we have the 8 of Swords in the upright again. So the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is literally moving away from a situation you don't want to be in anymore and moving towards a situation you do want to be in. Okay, you kind of in tarot, it's moving, walking away from all the choices in front of you and moving towards the emotional fulfillment, the 7 of Cups leading to the 9 of Cups. But in this particular read, it's literally they've turned their back on you. They're just walking away. This however this Leo may be connected, they're not. You're not their priority. Okay, I will get round to doing what Cancer wants when Cancer, or when I want to do it. Okay, Cancer can wait. Cancer's not important to me. I've turned my back and walked away from Cancer. Yeah, I know a Leo what's done that to me. But anyway, with Judgment and the Ace of Cups both coming out in reverse, this could literally be they've been judgmental on you, and it is somehow to deal with love. They've lost the love of the situation, and maybe I don't know. Let's just take that whole scenario of waiting for your ships to come in, and they're the captain of one of your ships. You're waiting to come in. Yeah, the love for the money you promised them just isn't there anymore. Maybe they found a new love, a better love, a real love, if you will. But the love for the situation, your situation, well, that's just no, there's nothing there anymore. And Judgment is also Judgment is saying I'm not going to give you a second chance. Okay, you will get it when I bring it, but you will never get a second chance off me. You kind of ruined that opportunity, if you will. And the 8 of Swords again, and in this particular case, you can actually see they are deliberately looking away from something there. One guy's all tied up, can't actually see because he's got a blindfold on, but the other guy could easily take that blindfold off for him and chop him out of the hangman's noose he happens to be in. Don't really know why that's in the 8 of Swords, but it's kind of saying you're bound up and you think you're bound up and caught up in a situation where it's not actually as binding as you think it is. And they're both just like they're just not looking at the problem at hand. They're not dealing with it, and that's what our 8 of Swords is talking about there. Crossing this is the 8 of Wands in reverse, and the 8 of Wands in reverse, well, it's pretty much like what the 8 of Cups is saying here. Yeah, you're not getting. They're just not giving you any indication. They're not giving you any sign, anything. Really, the way this Leo is connected to it is connected to the situation somehow, but they're just not giving you anything. Okay, they're not giving you any information. They're not moving towards you with anything. They've turned their back on you. They're not giving you a second chance. They don't love the situation anymore. They're just not wanting to look at it. Okay, they just don't want to deal with you, Cancer. Get this Leo out of your life. They don't belong in your life anymore, Cancer. Okay, just don't forget. Jesus, look, I said about being hanged there in a noose, and then we get the Hanged Man come out. So what you don't see coming, the Hanged Man. Okay, so you don't see the other side of what is coming. Okay, you're still sitting there waiting for your ships to come in, and you don't see the fact that it's sunk in a storm. Okay, something like that. The other side of sea travel, if you will. So what we got to go with that? We've got the Knight of Swords, we got the World in reverse, and we got the 6, which was coming out in reverse, but then span in midair and become upright. The 6 of Wands, and then we've got the 5 of Swords in reverse as well. Okay, so you don't see the other side of the situation. Okay, you see your side of the situation. You don't see their side. You have no idea why they're turning. And the universe ain't really telling us why they're doing it either. It's just telling us that they have. You don't know why. You don't know their story. Okay, so you might be getting arsy and wound up about the fact that you're not getting to where you need to be because you're waiting on this Leo to deliver their side of the bargain, but you don't see their holdups. You don't see their problems. You will be finding out about this soon, though. Okay, you'll be getting important to the point information about why they've turned their back on this and when they're walking away, because it's right underneath that card. It could come out anywhere in here, but it's come out there. Okay, the World in reverse is telling you that this information you receive does actually kind of stop you dead. Okay, it's not it's no longer you're waiting to move on. Okay, it's kind of like where this Knight of Pentacles is coming in. You're going back to the drawing board. You're going to have to completely reassess things and possibly change the way you're going. Okay, because the forward movement you were on, that path is now not just like waiting for the bridge to be built. It's finding out the bridge is never getting built. Okay, with the Six of Wands coming out though, this is a victory for you. Okay, what you don't see coming is you will be getting a victory. Wherever you now sort of backtrack to and move on to after that will be leading you down the path of victory. And the Five of Swords in reverse is kind of telling us that perhaps you've actually, what you don't see coming is the fact that this is going to be an opportunity to not sabotage yourself. The way you were going could have ended up in disaster. Okay, because the Five of Swords is all about self-sabotagement. Perhaps you rush the building of that bridge that the fool needs to cross over that cliff, that chasm, and it's faulty, it's wrong, and you end up falling through the flooring of the bridge and plunging to the depths of the chasm and probably not coming off too well from it. But because you're now realizing that this is going nowhere, I'm going to have to move back from this and move forward to somewhere else, that stops the fact that you're going to sabotage yourself. Crossing this is the Nine of Cups. What you don't see is the fact that this may not have been the emotional fulfillment you always thought it was going to be. Okay, and you're just going to kind of maybe have to reassess things. It's not the results your manifestations have been edging towards. Okay, I will just try to get something out of the universe here, and I think I'll ask it. So, okay. So what's the new path, universe? What's the new path? Where could this be taking Cancer? Because this could be taking you a totally different direction to where you thought you were meant to be going. Okay. Normally, when we get blockages, they're for a reason. I will take it off the bottom because it's like kind of like, well, yeah, okay. So you the Three of Wands, and we're de-escalating down to a 2. You've got a difficult choice to make. Obviously, one of those difficult choices is to call an end to where you've infested so far and cut your losses and walk away from it. So it's a difficult choice. You need to find somewhere sort of calm and whatever. Leave your baggage in behind you. Leave this just totally behind. Okay, write it off as a bad investment. Move on. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't sort of ponder. Don't do the whole what ifs. I know us Cancers love doing. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Move on to something you want. Okay, the passions you have. The Knight of Wands is all about charging forth, getting what they want. Okay, the King of Wands is very good and has what they want, but the Knight of Wands is all about just charging in there, bolding forward, not really thinking about, worrying about the consequences, not really thinking and worrying about other people's feelings, just getting what you want passionately. Okay, the Page of Cups coming out as well is telling us that, well, yeah, it's the new love you're after. Okay, so you've got to choose what you think you want as new love to what you actually want as new love. Okay, and then the Five of Wands at the end of this is telling us that this new choice you're making, as I said down here, this would have ended up in disaster. Okay, the path was being blocked from you would have been ending up in disaster, and the path which is now what you don't see coming, the new path, okay, is going to be leading to a victory. And it's saying it's leading into a victory of self-passion and new love. And that could be a new way of loving, that could be a new person to love, it could be a younger love, it could be anything like that, but it's some sort of new love. But you do have to literally turn your back on everything from the past to get this. Okay, and it brings you in, it warms you up. The Five of Pentacles is traditionally seen as being left out in the cold, so, and then the Five of Pentacles in reverse is coming in from the gold, if you will. Okay, it could cost you financially, But the Five of Pentacles in the upright tends to be financial hardship. So financially, this could free you up as well and make you a little bit better off, it being in reverse. Crossing all this is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands can mean a lot of things. In this particular depiction, it looks like that they are getting married, or at least walking off together hand in hand for some sort of celebration. Okay, it is all about that. It's celebrating life. Now, what's crossing this new path will be celebrating life. You will sort of rediscover life, if you will. You might start looking at life in a totally new, innocent, sweet way of the Page of Cups there, and you might also be looking at life as in, life is here for me to get what I want. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to say about this is that you have literally got one of everything here. You've got a pentacle, you've got a cup, you've got a wand, you've got a sword. They're not all aces, but it is all the suits. The new path is going to be a rounded, more generalized, everything is going to improve for you path. If you can turn your back and leave it all behind, the old behind, yeah, write it all off, you will be generally improving everywhere else in life. Your love, your emotions, your mental well-being, your passions, your finances, it's all improving, and it's all going to be celebratory. Okay, it could be telling us with this Four of Wands, maybe the links, the signs and signals for this is within a celebration somewhere, a birth, a death, a marriage, a christening, whatever. But it is saying that whatever it is, it's going to be some form of commitment for you. You're going to like committing to it. Okay, so that is your read, Cancers. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that's fantastic. This video is probably going to cut off before I finish talking, but luckily we got to the end of it. If this didn't resonate with you, go and check out the All Signs Overview. There will be a link in the description, and just go with whatever resonates. You might be working from a different aspect of your birth chart. If you like this video, please feel free, give it the thumbs up, let me know that you liked it, and let the algorithm know that you liked it. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so as well. I will get back to them as quick as I can. And if you haven't already subscribed, now is as good a time as any to do it. Thank you very much. Until the next time, you will be